Hi, my name is Amritashraya.
And my name is Devanatha.
And welcome to our YouTube channel. One thing we've noticed is that many people are always looking for who they really are. And all of us, we tend to search for who am I? We are looking for this answer to what is the truth about our identity. Who are we really? And it's a search that many people put in time and effort and energy. And we just want to give you a fresh perspective on this whole identity concept, which might shift your ideas about what it means to know who you really are. You might recognize how there's all these tests available online, even in Facebook or in social media. There's many books, many self-help books, which help you find out what your characteristics are, what kind of identity you have, who you really are. And when we do these kind of tests, we answer some questions and we look in, and we tend to feel we get a grip on who we are, why we act the way we do. And it can even, sometimes you might feel like this, you get this aha moment that you read something about a certain description of certain identities and you feel like, wow, yes, that's really me. And you feel like now I get to understand why I behave the way I do. And that's a certain way of thinking about identity, because it means you'll think about yourself and the identity you have or the characteristics you have as something which is kind of fixed.
Yeah, like something that there's a core to you, like I'm like this because deep down inside this is my fixed identity, this is who I am, this is why I react in these situations, this is why I don't like this kind of situations.
This is why I behave towards people like I do, this is why I am in my job the way I am. And so it's a way of thinking about identity as if it's something you can actually discover about yourself.
But is it something wrong then to find out or to want to find out who you are?
I wouldn't say it's something wrong. It's a way of thinking that we've been taught by society and by all these self-help books and all these kind of tests which are out there. They create this kind of mindset in us that we start to look out as if we could discover the identity we have. While if you look at it from a different angle, and the teachings as we've learned them from our teacher Paramahamsa Nithyananda, our guru, then you'll get a different understanding about identity, one where you can actually, it's not so much about discovering who you are, but who you are is something you have made, you have created. It has come into existence because of the decisions you have made in your life.
Doing those kind of personality tests and reading these kind of books, they really helped me to understand why I was reacting in certain ways in the past and why people reacted to me in a certain way and why things kept on happening in my life. But what I also understood that beyond this identity, beyond this type A or type B or type C that I could see myself fit in, there's something more. It's not an end point. It doesn't determine who I am. It's what I came to be, what I became because of my own decisions, because of the decisions I made in my life, because of the things I did in my life. I became a certain person. I was more the kind of person who looked from a distance when everything was happening, and later on I would involve myself. I was never the outgoing person that straight away would start up a project, gather people around him, watching what happened, and then only later getting involved. So, but that's not who I am. That's not my nature. That's not some core to me. That's how I came to be. That's because of my decisions, because how I reacted to certain situations, and that became like a pattern. So, and because I kept doing that pattern in my life, it feels like that is me.
And when it comes to patterns, it's just behavior you've repeated over time. And if you get this click, if from this video you get this click that who you are is not something which is like unchangeable, it's a fixed thing, it's something which is your nature, which is at the core of you. If you understand that who you are is a development which has happened from your decisions, then you also start understanding that different decisions will make you actually a different person. And when we start to think that something is really who we are, this is a trait which really defines us, this is really our identity, the moment we sit with that idea, we close down so many possibilities in life. so much potential, so much variety in how we could respond to life, how we could respond to people, closes down if we decide, well, I'm just the kind of person who's not the first to speak. I'm just the kind of person who's not easy taking initiative and plans. If you have decided that about yourself, you are shutting down your own possibilities. There is not a certain truth about you which makes life happen to you in a certain way. It is your decisions which have made you to be in a certain way in your life, and from there life flows in a certain direction. And why is this such a crucial point? And I hope we're making it clearly, but it's such an important point because it shifts the area of responsibility from something you cannot be responsible for to something you can be responsible for. If you understand that who you are is a result of your decisions, then changing your decisions can change you. And changing you means whatever situations you are in, whether it's your career, your finances, your relationships, you can change yourself by deciding to be different.
And often we feel that kind of change is not possible because we've been repeating it over and over so many times that we feel that it's a constant. It's really who I am, because all these times it has been the same. My reaction has been the same, my behavior has been the same. So this is me. But it's only because I keep on repeating the same pattern that it feels solid. It's not solid. It's only one decision, one break with the pattern that will make you behave differently, that will make others respond differently, that will make you basically a different person. Your identity is not fixed, that's what we want to say.
So if you're the kind of person who asks questions about who am I, what is life for, what is all this about, and if you sometimes spend your time reading these books and learning about personality type A, B, C, and looking into like where do I fit in, why is my behavior the way it is, then one thing we would want to suggest is you try this different perspective for once. Instead of finding out who you really are, as if it is something fixed, start looking into decisions you have made in your life till now, which have made you who you are, and the results you are getting from that. And just have a check, are those results the results you really want to have? Or would you like to have different kind of relationships, a different kind of career? And what kind of personality would you have to be to fit that result? And just become aware that you are actually in charge. Your decisions are making you who you are. And spend your time into looking into the decisions you have made which got you here, and the kind of decisions you would need to make to get you wherever you want to be. So it's like a shift in your perspective. If you're looking in, if you're asking questions, if you're a seeker, don't put all that time and effort into finding out who I really am. Is it a type A, type B, type C personality? Is this the reason I behave like this? Is that the reason I behave like this? But start looking into who do I want to be? What kind of actions, what kind of personality would fit that? And start making yourself like that. Yeah. Thanks for your support by watching our videos and liking and subscribing to our channel. And if you would like, we would be very interested to hear from you guys. If you look at this topic of identity and if you look at your own life, how does this apply to you? Where have you been having certain ideas about who you are, and how did you limit yourself with that? And how do you see the possibility of breaking free from that?
Yeah, I'm sure that if we all share those kind of experiences, those kind of insights, we can all learn a lot. That's what the comment section is all about. When sharing, learning, reading, together.
Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time, guys.
Thank you. See you next time.